Good evening, folks. It is Tuesday night and I'm back for another Football Manager stream. I'm Adwin84 and thank you for coming along to join me tonight. We're going to continue our save as Rangers Football Club. As we left off last time, we are on the cusp of getting into the Champions League proper. We have a second leg in the third qualifying round, and then we have a playoff likely to be against FC Midtjylland. We've only had one game in the league so far, so too early to say how that's going, but we did just about beat Kilmarnock in that first game. Tonight we've got games against St Mirren coming up, Anderlecht, Dundee, Hearts, and we'll see how much further we get from there. So I think we left off just after our home win against Anderlecht, where we did win 3-0. So I am very confident that we should be able to get into the playoff match against FC Midtjylland fairly comfortably. A 3-0 win, which saw us absolutely dominate the game, was very, very comfortable indeed. The away game I expect to be a little bit harder, but I hope to goodness we are not bad enough to throw away a 3-0 lead. We did have a man sent off. Ridvan Yilmaz was sent off fairly early on in the second half, but we still managed to score another goal from that point and continue to dominate the game. So I'm hopeful that's going to bode well for us in the second leg. The big downside, however, is that we still don't have many homegrown players, and as a result, Yilmaz was the only left back I put in the squad. We do have Madsbæk Sorensen, who can also play left back, but he is my first choice centre back. So I've got decisions to make here. Let's see if we can go and get a much needed win. I had a long trip up to Manchester, something like a 450 mile round trip to Manchester to go and see Gillingham take on Salford in the last game of the season. Fairly dramatic ending, really. So I think Salford dominated the first half very much so. Second half, Gillingham came out a little bit better, a little bit more solid. Won a penalty in the 84th minute and got the win. Held on till the full-time whistle. And it required Salford to lose, Mansfield, who were the only team to catch them, to win, and for a 4-goal swing to happen. Well, as we were beating Salford 1-0, Mansfield went 2-0 up deep into injury time in their game, but unfortunately for Mansfield at least, couldn't go on to get the third. So we had a bit of a situation where as the Gillingham fans were cheering their players off the pitch, as we were cheering out our team off the pitch and giving them sort of final round of applause of the season, Salford fans were nervously waiting to hear how it got on in Mansfield, and where they had, I think, 9 or 10 minutes of injury time, it felt like a really long wait. Our players had gone back to the dressing room before we heard the cheers from the Salford end. This isn't a surprise and shouldn't be a surprise. We should be comfortably winning this one, with all attention really on Anderlecht in the midweek. And that's 3. And Ryan Yates, as I said, should be the box-to-box midfielder in this formation. He has been excellent since I've moved him into that role. And watched that incredible Millwall versus Blackburn match, and it was absolutely incredible. Millwall 3-1 up at half-time and looking like they'd secured the playoff position. The only way they could not really was to lose. They had to lose really to give up their playoff place. I think even a draw. Payne and Small not having the best of matches. I don't think they like playing as wing-backs. Kovacevic, well, there we go. That's another goal, and we are looking pretty comfortable once again. Okay, let's just see out these last 5 minutes, and then we can get on to the real challenge of getting us into Champions League proper. Right, we're bringing in Andy Robertson. That is, I'd say it's quite a coup, but he is 35. But it fills a gap that we have. It means that we can have 2 recognised left backs in our Champions League squad, and I don't see that being a bad thing at all. Reject this. Well, that's the last thing we needed to see. 41 seconds in, and somehow we've lost our only left back in that time. Well, Nicholson running forward with the ball there like he is a ball-playing defender. And that's a fantastic start to the game. Yeah, you're definitely not a ball-playing defender, are you? So let's get you training as a central defender. But yeah, I've never tried a skin. Especially, I don't think I've ever seen one that modifies it in such a way. Oh, we are all over St Mirren here, and I think we're going to get a dodgy penalty there. Yep, looks that way. I feel hard done by if I'm the St Mirren manager there. That didn't look like a penalty at all. Oh, can't hear me. Let's put monitor on to see whether that's me. Smicer picks up the ball comfortably. Come on, let's see this highlight out. We've managed to avoid injuries, I think, and we are almost certainly going to be well prepared for the FC Midtjylland game. There we go. Hello again. Number of times I've done that myself. Forgotten to wear, or started a meeting without my earbuds in. And then, oh no, I can't hear anyone. You must be on mute. And it's all on my end. And here we go. So, big night for us. We win this. We are into the group stages of the Champions League. And wow, Sarmiento's just smashed that in. Patrick Schick. As long as they score goals, it's all good. He scored 2, but did you end up winning? Obviously, that's the important bit. We'll see, like, Phil Foden playing at 36 and still just, yeah. Probably the best player Man City have got as they finished 12th for the 3rd season in a row. I wonder who's in charge of Man City in this universe. I might have to have a look afterwards. See if Arteta's still at Arsenal as well. And that's another goal. This is a very encouraging start. Considering the fans seem to believe that this would be fairly equal, we have started incredibly well. It was an incredible game. I think Everton didn't really seem to do a great deal of. They certainly didn't seem to have a great deal of possession. They just scored every time they countered. Okay. Oh, Dundee playing an awful 7 at the back formation here in the final third so far. Only had the 5 shots, and we're sorely missing Kovacevic and Colombo out there from my point of view. We might have to go attacking if we don't manage it, and that's off the ball. And Shackleton is there. We're not looking at offside, and that is 1-0. That's a great free kick, hits the bar, goalkeeper nowhere near it really. And Shackleton is first to pounce. Well, they say it's a sign of a good team that they win even when they're not playing well, and I think that's what we've done. We've not played brilliantly. Fairly weak squad. Having 3 goals on the board for your team and losing is a very Millwall sort of thing to do. So let's avoid that if we possibly can. Now I've seen Gillingham play some of their best football with a 4-4-2 diamond. Does very much rely on fullbacks who can really get up and down and play pretty much as wing backs. And we have got that first goal. And that is all I really needed to settle the nerves. If there were any, they have dissipated now. I think from about 65 minutes we'll look to strangle the game, look to take time out of it. And is that offside? It looked like a fairly well-timed run to me, actually. No. Offside. Isaacson, I think, has actually played quite well tonight. And Sarmiento gets the second on the night, the fifth of the tie, and that should wrap it up. Not much time for him to impress, but it is more about the experience. And in fact, there's a good chance this game will finish before he gets a chance to come onto the box. And Midtjylland do get one consolation goal. Well, I can't complain too much about conceding one goal to them in 180 minutes of football. And a red card at the end of the game for, well, I mean, no real reason. It was a completely unnecessary challenge. The game's over. No need to go throwing yourself in there like that, but how does that sound? Excellent. We'll do that. And that is Monroe in to complete the squad. Oh, and Sarmiento steals possession in their half. Chabi out to Yilmaz, but he loses the ball. It's very offside. We're not even going to celebrate that one. That was so offside. Yeah, we've not even had to go to VAR. That's just a straight decision. Easy. Celtic winning quite handsomely in their game against Hibs, so we are potentially handing over first place to them if we don't pick ourselves up here. But it looks like we're going to run out of time to get the winner in this. And that's a disappointing little 0-0 draw away from home. So it's been an absolute pleasure once again, and thank you for joining me. Ashwin, special shout out for you. I'm going to come and raid and join you in a moment. It's been great, and I will catch you again on the next stream.